Hello, my name is Terrence Brinston, and I am a manager for MSN Fast. This is an informational video to help you get comfortable with working with us. The first topic we're going to go over is policy and procedures. First, we'll start with accepting your contract. Your manager will send you a mass text showing you the games that are available. And then you will text back your availability, showing what game that you could pick and what you can't pick. Then we will send you a contract through email. Okay, let's go over the contract. So when you first look at the contract, it would show your name, your phone number, and your email address. And then when you look down, it will see the event location, date, and time that you will be working. And it will also show you the total amount of hours. And if you continue to look at the contract, it will show you the description of the work. It will show you what game that you will be doing, whether it be a basketball, baseball, track, or field. And then it will show you your responsibilities. So that means like arriving on time and not leaving early. And then it will go over your equipment and supplies, your dress and specific instructions. The contract will also have additional information, whether if you would need to bring ice or if you're going to be outside or if it's going to be raining. The last part of the contract, you will look at the bottom and it says, note, please accept contract by texting I accept contract number, whatever contract number that is, to your manager. You have to do that to confirm that you have accepted the contract and accepted the job. One last thing about the contract will also show you where to obtain your equipment from. And then once you get your equipment, you have to always make sure you check it. Make sure that it has marketing materials and everything that you need for the job. Now let's go into uniforms. You are required to wear a uniform. As you can see, it will be a beige shirt, either black or khaki pants, and some comfortable shoes because you will be standing up. We don't expect for you to tuck in your shirt, but if you would like to, you can. But you must be neat. Make sure that you look presentable, wrinkle-free, dirt-free, and you have clean clothes. Now we're going to get into what you need to do when you first get to the event. Your manager will expect for you to arrive on time, and to prove that you arrived on time, we're going to use a timestamp. We do that process by sending your manager a text message from the time that you arrived. You also are required to track your injuries. Now, these injury reports are really important. You need to make one for every single person you touch. Either you give them a Band-Aid or give them an ice pack or make sure that they're breathing. You need to make sure that you do an injury report. So now let's get into injury tracking. Your manager will send you a link and then you will then simply add it to your home screen because you do use it a lot. On the app, it will then ask you for the MSN responder, which is your name, and then it will go into the tournament, which shows the location of the event. Then when you scroll down, it will show you the right or left side, the injury area, the area of the injury, the specific injury location, signs and symptoms, treatment, recommendations, and spoke with regarding condition. Under spoke with regarding condition, the coach and parent will have a space where you put their name or number. If an injury is very serious and you need to speak to someone's parents, like a major bleed or signs of having a concussion, then you will need to speak to the coach or the parent, letting them know what happened. After you let them know what happened, give them the recommendation. Should they go back in the game or not? Should they go to the doctor or the hospital? Then you get their name and number, and then you record it on the tracking list. When you pick up your equipment, we need you to sign a sign-in sheet. It's going to show the contract number, your name, and the time and date that you picked up the bag. You would then go over the equipment that's in the bag to make sure everything is in it. Another thing that's going to be required from you is to returning your equipment. You will then take your equipment to the hub that you got your equipment from. You would then have to sign in your equipment showing that it has been returned. Now let's get into payment. Please keep in mind that we have a 10-day grace period for our payment. First, you have to make sure that the injury tracking form is complete and our equipment is returned. And then the 10-day pay process is started. Now we're going to go over the code of conduct, and that consists of what you do when you arrive. First, we expect you to do your timestamp to make sure that you're on time. And then we're going to go to the referees and coaches and introduce yourself to them, so to let them know that you are there. When you're setting up your supplies and equipment, make sure that you're at a central location and everybody can see you. And make sure you refer back to your contract to see if you need ice. You then will get some ice and prepare your ice bags. And make sure, this is a very important thing, that you have to locate the AED. Make sure that you are standing and staying in a visual central location to make sure that you're aware of everything that goes on. During your time on the job, you have to make sure that you're standing and being alert. And make sure that you always keep a line of communication with the coaches, showing them your findings. While you're in a central location and being alert and paying attention to the game, make sure that you enjoy yourself and watch the athletes. You'll be surprised how crazy these kids are. What you cannot do, you cannot be on your laptop, leave your post for an extended period of time, or have a confrontation with coaches or athletes. You have to make sure that you're respectful and there to help. Let me give you an example. During sporting events that are very competitive, I've had a situation where a kid got a concussion and he had obvious signs of a concussion. After I evaluated him, I let the coach and the parents know that he should take them out of the game and not let them play anymore. Even though I had made that recommendation, they did not listen and they still let them play in the game. Now, all you have to do is document that. You are not responsible for any of that. The only thing that we expect for you to bring to the games is your equipment, the table, and the cooler. Please note that we are not responsible for any stolen items, so do not bring anything valuable to these games. Please note that you are a first responder, you are not a trainer, and you are not an EMT. You are a first responder. Please note that you are not working under a medical control director. So now I'm going to go into guidelines, some do's and don'ts for MSN Fast employees. First, do not add to your bag. Do not bring EpiPens, glucometers, or any of those things. Now, if that equipment is already provided by the patient, then you can, of course, help them use it.
Do arrive 10 minutes before your event. Do make sure your uniform is clean and neat. Do make sure you locate the AED. Do upload the field tracking app to your smartphone. Do make sure you record all injuries and support on your field tracking app. Okay, here's some don'ts. Don't add anything to your bag. Don't bring your valuables to the event site. Don't be on your cell phone. Don't take any pictures and post on social media. Don't comment on social media about your location, event, athletes, etc. Don't participate in unethical behavior using profanity, falsifying field care report, leaving early.
You will receive additional training to learn how to tape ankles and other parts of your body, like your hands, wrist, or anything. Other webinar videos that you will have access to will be for taping ankles, for interpersonal communications, and for seasonal sports. Please note that if anybody refers to you as a sports trainer, you have to correct them because you are a first responder, not a trainer. Thank you for watching this video.